We are in for it this weekend, let me tell you, because wow. Hey guys. Yes, I definitely almost stayed in bed this morning. Um, I was I was I was tussling with that, but I've learned with this kind of energy for me, if I don't get on here, I will feel worse because I haven't released it. So we're gonna see what that means this morning. Hi Denise. Hi Michelle. Hi Wendy. Hi Kelly. Hi Amanda. Hey Crystal. Hi Megan. Hello, hello, hello. Hi Mimi. Hi Tisha. Good morning, Valerie. Woo. Good morning, Petey. Good morning. Hey Rose. Hi Danny. Okay, this is a good sign. I can see people talking on YouTube. That makes me happy. Just gonna organize my mess here for a second. How is everybody? How are you guys feeling? How's this energy treating you? I'm curious. Are you having wild dreams? Are you exhausted? What's going on? Hey Lori. Tired and offline. Okay. Tired. Vivid dreams, tired, exhausted, nausea, headaches. All right. So we're just a party this morning. A party of friends feeling kind of ridiculous, right? Ooh, Jean's ready for a 5-day weekend, so that sounds exciting. Lots and lots of crazy dreams. Yep. Um, Petey's asking how I am, and I'm not great. I'm not great, and I'm going to talk all about it this morning. I'm going to tell you all my things because this is something that it's taking me a minute to learn about um, being so consistently in with the channeling. So I'm going to definitely talk to you guys about that this morning. I'm going to do a little bit of this before we get started, and then we'll just get right into it. Jennifer says her emotions have been up and down, tired but anxious inside. Oh, happy birthday, Rosie. What a weekend to have a birthday. Some big energy. Here you go. It's for you, Instagram and YouTube and TikTok. Whew, that feels better. Okay, guys. Hey, Ron. Hey, Beth. Hey, Tiffany. All right. So let's talk about the energy. So, do you guys remember back in Cancer season when we had that really intense channeling on a Thursday, and then I was offline for about 2 weeks, and everybody was feeling all the feels, right? It was like a 2 week period of intense emotions and things happening. Um, this feels a little bit similar to me. And one of the reasons is because we can't forget that while all of this is happening right now, while all of this energy is ramping up for Lionsgate, and we are definitely in Leo season, we have to remember that we are still in Chiron retrograde. And in fact, we're still in the beginning phases of that because we're going to be in retrograde of Chiron until um, mid December. What does that mean? It means that we are going to be consistently diving into our lack mentality and our not good enough feelings. So anything that makes you feel insecure about yourself, that makes you feel like you're falling short of expectations, that makes you feel like you're just not good enough. Imposter syndrome, big time with that. All of those things are going to be coming up almost like waves, right? And when we're in a season like we're in now, where it's so fiery and fast and big, this underlying energy of Chiron retrograde can really confuse your system, because a lot of our energy just wants to kind of be big and effusive, and then there's this underlying current of like, no, we're going to bring up some really tough things from your childhood, and you need to address them. So look at your past week or so, especially the past like 3 or 4 days. There's probably something coming up if it's not resolved. I mean, this is not a blanket statement. Not everybody is going to be going through the same emotional processes. That's kind of crazy to think, right? But astrology is here to tell you what the general weather forecast is, right? And when in some way, shape, or form by the rain, who have to work outside, whether it's raining or not, are going to be affected by that rain in a different way than those who can just stay indoors and watch it through a window. And that's the same thing as all of this energy. It depends on where you're at and what you're up to, and also what you came down here to experience and do. Shocking as it is, not everybody has a gaping wound to attend to. I don't know any of those people, but they do exist. So just remember that whenever we have like massive like things happening astrologically, they're going to affect everybody differently, but they affect everybody collectively. Absolutely. So the weather is wild right now. It's getting wilder and wilder as we move closer to Lionsgate. And I can't remember what time it was yesterday that I just like, woof, maybe it was all day yesterday. I don't remember. Somehow, even though this week was not supposed to be my winter week, I I cleared my whole schedule this week a while ago. And I realized that some part of me must have known that I was going to be flatlined this week, leading up until Lionsgate. And I actually did get my period on Monday, which is a full week early, which has allowed me to really deep dive into my winter, which is more of a it's more internal, really feeling my feelings, giving my body rest, and kind of just waiting in that holding period for what's about to happen. So it's going to be big, guys. It's already big. And how that expresses for you, like I just said, is going to be determined by how you are being affected by the weather. And that's all. So there's no right or wrong way to feel what's happening astrologically. And I think that's really important, because sometimes, you might read an explanation and you're like, well, I actually feel good right now. And I'm super cognizant when I get on here, and even when I post an Instagram post, I'm like, oh my God, who else is dying? Every time I post that, I'm like, I should put a note that just says not everybody is dying, because it's true. It's not everybody. But those of us who are being affected in such an intense physical way by this energy, I know from what I need and from my experience that it helps me so much to know that other people are feeling it and riding the same wave. Okay. So, a few things we need to touch on for you guys right now: your emotions. Up until this week, I was saying to you guys pretty consistently, oh my gosh, haven't you been feeling so much more emotionally stable? I'm wondering if this week you have not actually been feeling as emotionally stable as you were before. And if you think that, I want you to just take a pause. Everybody just take a pause if you've been feeling extra emotional and like you're not in a stable emotional place, and I seriously want you to pause and look at that again. Is that actually true? Or are you dealing with some huge things? Sometimes we don't give ourselves enough credit or any credit at all for the massive amounts of things we're dealing with at once, and how big these things are. So don't knock your emotional stability just yet. just remember, you're dealing with a lot and you are good. And stable does not mean you are grounded all the time and that you don't fly off the hook and you don't have cry sessions every couple hours. Like that doesn't mean you're not stable. Stable emotionally, in the way that I'm explaining it, means that you're able to express your emotions as they come and to hold space for them without saying, no, I don't feel them. No, they don't matter. No, I don't have time for this. This is emotional maturity, saying my emotions are trying to inform me of something. They're helping me release energy. They're helping me to navigate a tough situation, and they are ultimately what brings me to my healing. So your emotions are not there to just like fuck your world up and make you feel like you can't deal with anything. They're there to guide you through to the next phase. So please like remember that. Now on the flip side, I've had a lot of people mention this week that they've felt no emotions, and it's been very scary for them, that they felt no emotions, just kind of like catatonic state. Not catatonic, that's the wrong word, just kind of like, okay, I don't really feel anything, so who cares. um that is also a thing. Okay, the lack of feeling emotions when you're used to feeling emotions can feel a little bit insane and sociopathic, right? Especially if you are a water sign. But if this is something that's not usual, is not usual for you and feels like it feels energetic, like tap into that for yourself, because everybody has their own stuff going on. But if you are noticing that this week you have become a bit disconnected emotionally, that could very well be because it's part of kind of going offline and having all of these upgrades take place. Okay, so don't freak out about that. Your emotions are going to come back. I mean, come on, right? But just kind of sit with what that actually is. Be curious. I feel like I haven't said that to you guys in a while. Be curious about everything that happens with you, especially these days, right? Why do I feel this way? Why do I feel disconnected? Why do I feel overly connected? Why am I so inclined to reach out to this person who I know is not good for me? Why am I feeling emotional about this thing that I thought that I was done with? Ask yourself questions. Okay, ask yourself questions and then answer them. Ask and answer, create a dialogue with yourself, right? Not everything has to be that there's something wrong with you because your behavior has changed. I have a news flash for you guys. When we upgrade into bigger dimensional energy, we are going to change our behaviors. If we kept all the same behaviors and ways of interacting with the world around us, we wouldn't be progressing into a different dimensional energy, because we would be doing things the same. We would be the same energy. So you have to remember that you will change how you process everything. Things will hit you different. That's part of what this is. So really important to remember that, as we move into Lionsgate, that if you're not yourself, maybe this is your new self. Maybe you're transitioning into a new way of interacting, and it's just all the different pieces coming together, because this is such a whopper, you guys. Like, it truly feels to me, I think I said this when we did the August update, it truly feels like we are going to go through the end of Lionsgate, the Sirius portal. We're going to have our new moon. And then Monday or Tuesday, we're going to flatline again. And it's going to be an interesting energy. I don't think everyone's going to feel flatline, but it's going to be an interesting week of integration. And then it's like, whoop, here we go. And it's going to be off to the races. So, shoring up your own self and starting to trust your own self and how you feel and your emotions, the way you're interacting, and again staying curious and asking yourself questions. Why am I feeling like this? What's the message here? All of those things. It's going to help a lot, because there's nothing wrong with you, and it's not like you have to change what's happening. It's just we want to know, right? We love to have some modicum of control, and it's hard for those of us who like to control everything. Excuse me. It's hard for those of us who like to control everything, to just let it go and let things flow into where they're going. But it is necessary, because when we hold on to things tightly, we take those things out of flow. And when you take things out of flow, the universe can't do its job. You're basically saying, I know how to do this better. Let me do it. And let me micromanage your job. And that's not what we're here to do. So trust yourself, trust the guidance that you're giving. And I'm going to transition now and jump into some card pulls for you guys. But before I do that, a few things. If you are a current Inner Sanctum member, y'all need to jump over to the new platform, because I'm not going to be emailing any information on the call or any of that stuff like I normally do. It's going all through the platform. So you have an email in your inbox, or two of them, and you have a special link to go to transfer your membership over. Please do that ASAP. For the rest of you, we are having our new moon and Lionsgate call ritual tomorrow from 4 to 6. It's not usually 2 hours long, but this is a special one. I'm actually doing it in person in York. So if you are in the York area, you can join us. I have links in my bio that you can sign up for that. Otherwise, you can join for free to watch the live stream by going to innersanctum.me and just registering. And that website, innersanctum.me, will give you web access to the app. And really, really soon, you'll be able to just download the app from the App Store and just log in with the credentials that you make during your registration. So everything's going to be through that. So if you have not gotten your ticket for Lionsgate and you're planning to be there in person, please do that, because I'm not going to be bringing my computers and stuff to do ticket sales there. So please do that. Please sign up so I know how many are coming and I can prepare adequately and get your ticket. Otherwise, you can sign up for free and join us for the streaming. It's gonna be something. If I'm like this before the event, it's gonna be something. This I know. Okay. So let's jump into card pulls. If you've never done sensory card pulls with me, I'm going to pick 3 things, and you choose which of those 3 things resonates most with you at this moment. If you want to if you want to pick all 3, then you should. It's not being greedy, okay? But just pick what resonates. And today we're going to do animals again. Okay? Rat, pig, alligator. What are you feeling this morning? Rat, pig, alligator. Drop it in the comments. Everyone's like, none. Thank you. Try again. No, I'm not changing it. Rat, pig, or alligator. I will not change it. Oh, okay. So Megan picked the alligator. I love rats. Okay, I didn't realize rats were so awesome until a few years ago, and I actually do really, really enjoy them. So I would have a few if my cat wouldn't eat them. All right, we've got quite a few alligators. We've got a rat and a pig. Okay, all right. Yeah, but you can feel like a rooster, but you need to pick one of the 3. I only have very few rules, my friend. All right. So if you're just joining us, we're about to start the sensory card pulls. You're choosing between rat, pig, and alligator. And you can, awesome. Some of you might be getting an email from staff support. Sometimes, I don't know, we don't know what's going on with the system yet, but sometimes it doesn't go through. And if not, you're not in the system. So if you get an email from innersanctumapp@gmail.com, that's what's happening. And it'll just prompt you to redo it. You will not be charged twice. All right. You ready? So first up, we have rat. Again, if you're just joining us, you're choosing between rat, pig, and alligator for your card pulls this morning. Rat, pig, or alligator? All right. Again, we're going with the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms this morning as your first card pull. All right, here comes rat. You know what? I'm picking rat too. I always forget to do that. I'm picking rat as well. Okay, and then we're also going to do from the Avalon deck. All right. All right, so if you chose rat, this is your message. Your first card is the Altar Priestess. This looks interesting. Altar Priestess. Okay, and it is number 39 if you are keeping track of numbers. It's good. And your second card for rat is letting go. It's number 44. All right, let's dive in. All right, so if you got rat, here's your first one. The stage is set and the world is waiting for you to take your place in sacred meditation and prayer. As your ally, the altar priestess brings a ritual of reverent interaction with the mundane world. You're being required now to see everything as sacred, all meditation, and every action as a prayer of devotion. When you're able to perceive the world in this way, your question will lead you to the appropriate answer. If all is sacred, how can anything be wrong? Ask how you can shift your consciousness to see your circumstances through the eyes of the divine, and you will realize how perfect and sacred everything is right now. So stay curious, right? So that is the first part. The second part of your message is letting go. And here's the thing for you people who picked rat and this card, letting go, and for anybody who this is resonating for. Letting go is a conscious act. If you think about, if I'm holding, this bundle of sage and you're like, just release it, Sarah. Just let this sage go. I have to create an action to open my hand and let it go. It doesn't just happen all by itself. It is a choice that creates an actual action. Okay? So whatever it is that you're holding on to, time to let it go. That means you have to do something about it. Okay? So altar priestess, life is ritual. Stay curious, ask your questions, see how everything is working in your favor, and what are you holding on to? You can't just release it. You have to let it go. Okay? That's your rat. That's your rat situation, your rat cards. I'm putting these actually back in because they might come out again. So those are your rat cards. If you're just joining us, we're starting our sensory card pulls. We just pulled for rat. We have rat, pig, and alligator. So if you're resonating with alligator or pig, you can drop that in the comments, or you can catch the later play of this on IG or YouTube and watch from the beginning. Okay, so next up, pig. Yeah, Aaron, sometimes it is too obvious. I feel that way definitely. Okay. All right. Pig people, where you at? Let's do this. I don't think I saw anybody picking all three this morning. Hey, Tiffany. All right. So this is the pig. This one should be interesting. There. All right. If you picked pig, here is your message. You have the chess queen. It's number 30. Anybody watch the Queen's Gambit? And your second card is communication, number 41. Okay. Let's see what this says. Chess queen. The chess queen has all the tools you need to aid you in your quest for a life of purpose, peace, and prosperity. Let me try that again. The chess queen has all the tools you need to aid you in your quest for a life of purpose, peace, and prosperity. When she arrives as your ally, you're given the task of asking spirit for a vision of your life. Also, to know the right actions to ensure your part in this process of unfolding. Then, with a sense of trust, allow the strategy to be given unto you by the divine. Are your own goals and desires in alignment with the divine plan for your life? Wow, I'm so sorry. I'm like, this is a reminder that there is your plan, and then there is the divine plan for your life. When you're in alignment with the latter, all manner of messages are delivered to aid you in the taking the next right action for your life. The chess queen says that you will win this game as long as you let spirit choose your moves. Follow your bliss and the inspired messages delivered by your soul. You cannot lose when you enter the realm of the chess queen and she appears as your ally. All right, so listen. There's a few problematic words and sentences for me in this here, and that's probably why I'm having such a difficult time reading it. I don't like a few things. One of these is allow the strategy to be given unto you by the divine. We're going to talk about that. And then there is your plan, and then there is the divine plan. We got a problem with that. Let's dive in just real quick in the middle of this, because here's the thing. Those of you who have done any type of readings with me or had your chart done by me, you know one of the first things I say to you is that you are the one who created the plan for this particular life. You're the one who said, this is what I want to experience. And you set things up so that you would be the kind of person who could effortlessly attract those experiences. There's no one else controlling your life. You are always in the driver's seat. You give your sovereignty to nobody. Nobody. When we say trust the universe, we're really meaning trust your higher fucking self, right? Trust that you made a plan and trust that sometimes you don't remember what that is because we have a lot of stuff that covers our understanding and makes things confusing. We have people telling us the opposite of what we are constantly, telling us that we're not good enough, saying we have to be smaller, prettier, better, smarter, faster, more organized, more aligned, all these different things, instead of just saying, you're good as you are. Just be you and do life, right? So, while this card has a valuable message, it is incredibly problematic for me to say that there's your plan and then somebody else's plan, the divine plan. No, absolutely not. There's your plan, and then there's your plan. It is a choose your own adventure here, my friends, always. Okay? There's no right and there's no wrong. There's what's going to feel best for you, though. If you're constantly fighting your natural curve, your natural urges, your natural impulsions, you are definitely off path for yourself because it shouldn't be so hard, right? So that is it. Get to know you, trust you, and trust in the plan you set out. You are exactly as you are meant to be. Stop fighting yourself. So that's your pig message, okay? Listen to that message. And your second part of that is your communication card. And communication card, throat chakra, guys. Listen, it's hard. It's hard to speak when you know what you have to say is likely not going to be received by those around you in the way that you're expressing it, or gives a shit, or they just don't understand and don't care to, or don't have the ability to understand you. Your mission, pig people, is to speak it anyway, but for yourself. Words are spells. When you speak your truth, it's not for anybody else. It's you affirming your sovereignty and yourself to you and the universe so that that energy can exist and thrive and grow. Speak your truth. You're here for that. Okay? That's your pig message. Sorry I got a little heated up there. Sometimes that doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes these books really piss me off and then I just kind of lose it. Okay. So last but not least, alligator. Alligator time. All right, alligator time. Oh, great. It's another bunch of words. They're going to trip my tongues. All of them. All right. Okay, I'm going to remind you one last time. You can join us live for the New Moon and Lionsgate ritual from tomorrow, 4 to 6. If you register for Inner Sanctum, it's free, innersanctum.me, and you'll be registering for the web application. And there you will find all kinds of goodies. And those of you who are already in Inner Sanctum, it will be streaming for all Inner Sanctum members, regardless of your tier. But normally, moon calls are not streaming for everybody. They're just for the BFF tier. So you just remember that this is a special one for Lionsgate. But you can just kind of get in there and tinker around and see what you see. But that is happening tomorrow, 4 to 6. And if you are local, oh my God, please join in person. We are in York, Pennsylvania tomorrow from 4 to 6 at the House of Yoga. All right. You ready? It's your gators. Alligators. Okay. All right, so I'm going to try to say this, but they're wrong. It's all Eastern. I'm all Eastern time. But it's streaming at that time, but you can, once it's aired, it'll be available for you to watch as well. It's number 43, and they're seriously wrong for putting these words together. Okay, let me try it. It's the word Lord. Word Lord. It's number 43. Word Lord. Okay, and your second card is number 51. The truth card. These seem to go together. If you missed it, we're doing live sensory card pulls, and everybody picked an animal in the beginning. You might want to check my IGTV once we finish here, and you can kind of zip forward and do the card pulls with us then if you're just joining. All right. The word Lord. This is for alligator people. Number 43. Let's see if I can read this without getting pissed off. The word Lord rules communications of all kinds and lets you know that positive interactions can be expected when he arrives as your ally. He only speaks with positive words and praises all he sees. He reminds you of the laws of abundance and praise. When you bless the world, it blesses you back. When you say affirming, supportive words, they carry an energy that returns to you in physical form. Remember that each one has power and will resonate into the universe, seeking its reflection in manifest form. Your body responds to praise, as does everything in the world around you. It's true. Praise it for its inherent health and beauty. Applaud yourself for everything you do, as even the tiniest accomplishments are important. Praise your bills, give thanks for the services you enjoy, and watch the ability to pay them increase as you align with Spirit's increasing power. There is also a time to remember the powerful practice of affirmations. Write them down and speak them aloud as a spiritual exercise. Say it is so, and it will be. It's a very auspicious sign when the word Lord chooses to be your ally. Okay? And shameless plug, innersanctum.me has a bunch of affirmations and meditations made by me that you can listen to. Okay, so here's what's happening with the word Lord. We sometimes forget this because we're just really we get used to the way we do things. But the way that you speak about your current life and situations will create more of that. It is an affirmation. For example, if I'm tired, right? And I just keep saying to myself, "Oh, I'm so tired. I never have any energy. I'm so tired. I never have any energy." Listen to me. I'm so tired. I never have any energy. I'm so tired. I never have any energy. There's no space for me to not be tired or receive energy. Do you see that? Because I've created a spell that is around me that says, no energy is coming in here. I'm tired all the time. And I'm powerful enough to make sure that that's the case. And so are you. Now, we get into a sticky place here because nobody likes like Miss Goody Two Shoes who just, puts puts a positive spin on everything and just says, "Oh, it's okay that this happened. It's all for the best and highest good." Like we have to be realistic. Sometimes shit happens and it's shitty, right? But we also have to watch how we speak about it to ourselves and the words we put out into the world because you will bring more of that energy in because that is what you do. You manifest constantly. You are a incessant manifester. You are all manifesting at every point in time, every single day, even if you don't believe in manifesting. It's what we came here to do, make shit with our words and thoughts and energy. So, the difference between being an unconscious manifester and a conscious manifester is having a rein around your words and your thoughts. And if you can't get your thoughts together that quickly, your words are a great place to start because those absolutely create a vibration as they leave your mouth, right? So here's what we don't want to do. Here's what we don't want to do. We don't want to say, "I'm sad right now, and so I'm not sad." We don't want to deny our feelings. You should be sad if you're sad. You don't need to not be sad. You must feel your feelings and hold space for them. What we don't want to do is say, "I'm sad all the time. Everything sucks. Everyone's against me," and go into a rabbit hole of negativity that then we don't come back out of. And watch the words that you're saying when you're actually not in crisis, when you're actually not in an emotional swirl. What's your baseline narrative about your life when things are at their baseline without any major spikes? Do you know what I'm saying? Because you might find that when you're not having any type of bumps or crisis in your life, you're still speaking about your life as though you are. You see what I mean? So starting to shift that perspective and understanding the way that you speak it is going to affect the way that it comes back to you is all part of this. Truth card is pretty self-explanatory, but I want to point out that it's your truth we're talking about. We love the idea, the concept that there is one good, one bad, that there is a clear black and white of good and evil. That helps us to navigate the world because otherwise it seems too big and scary, right? Like, how do I be a good person? Someone tell me all of the things in the line item section of good person so I could just do those things. Unfortunately, or fortunately, as we move into higher dimensional energy, we no longer really resonate with other people's rules, right? And you can kind of see how everything is there for a reason. And your truth is going to be what actually helps you navigate and decide what is for you true or not true. You're allowed to do this. Trust me, it's a real thing. And if you're worried that if you follow your truth, you're somehow going to end up being affecting people negatively, it's a really easy hack not to do that. All you have to do is stay in your heart. Make sure everything that you do, all of your actions are in alignment. So your thoughts, your words, your heart, your feelings, everything in alignment. And jump into this space, into your heart space to make those decisions instead of just, going here and swirling around in your thoughts all the time. This is the first place. This is your core. And if you stay in your heart space when you make decisions and find your truth, you're going to end up doing amazing, good things all the time because your heart is that way. It's amazing. It's the biggest energy. It's the biggest healer, and it is not affected by programmed thoughts. Okay? So we're cutting this out and dropping into here. Your truth is important. It's the most important thing for you. So everybody else has their own truth, whether they admit it or not. You need to know what yours is and start to communicate your world accordingly. So no big deal. It's just the Friday before Lionsgate, just some light card pulls for your day with animals none of you really liked, but we did it. Thank you so much. I've been really going over my 30 minutes here. It's funny. I was like, I'm just going to get on for 15 minutes and say hi. Okay. Anyway, I love you guys. Big energy. I'll be back on Monday. I hope you join me at innersanctum.me. I'm going to be saying this to you every single day. So just get used to it. No, just kidding. But the app is coming so soon. And within that app is all of the things. And so much more is coming. So join us. Be part of the community. Innersanctum.me. I'll see some of you guys in person tomorrow at 4 o'clock, or I'll see you live streaming. I will be streaming everything from the location. So you will be able to say hello and all of the things. Okay. So mwah, mwah, mwah. And stay tuned for emails once you've registered and within the app itself so that you know what to bring if you're coming in person, or you know how to set up your space if you're watching from from the comfort of your own home. Okay. I love you guys. See you soon. We got this, right? All right. Goodbye, Instagram. Goodbye, YouTube. And